What is up, posse? DJ will.i.am here, and welcome to another episode of t-ema. Now, before we get into t-ema, let me talk about a few things that have changed, are changing in my channel. First off, you know that I changed my name to DJ will.i.am from the Dino Gamer, which I will get to in just a minute. Also, an update on, if you follow me on Twitter, then you know that there's been a slight issue with me doing my reactions to a certain event I'm going to. And that's about it. So, about my channel update, it is basically, I haven't been doing a lot of gameplays this summer, and I know what you guys must be thinking. Oh, you had a whole summer to do it. Why didn't you do more? And trust me, I did as much as I possibly could, but there just wasn't enough time. Alright, the time is running short. I'm gonna be going off to another school. Everything is just being all rushed right now. Things are going by really, really quick. And so, I thought I'd change my name to DJ will.i.am because I used to do radio at my old school, and that's what my DJ name was. And I liked it so much that I decided to keep it. And so I thought that would be my permanent YouTube name. So, from now on, I am DJ will.i.am. Alright, so now to get into this t-ema. First, let's talk about a little bit of history about the Batman movies. Batman is one of the most iconic superheroes of all time, being in comic books, to animated TV shows, and even to the old Adam West movie. However, in 1989, Tim Burton directed the first Batman movie that was supposedly for kids, but was also aimed more towards adults too. It was safe and marketable, so it ended up being a big hit. So Tim Burton was called in to direct the next movie, Batman Returns. But that's when people felt like things were starting to go downhill. This Batman movie was particularly a little too dark, with its diabolical penguin and its seductive Catwoman. Especially with Penguin's little innuendo, "There's the pussy I'm looking for." But Batman Returns wasn't as successful as as the first movie. So, Tim Burton was booted off the movie franchise and replaced with Joel Schumacher, who directed the third movie, Batman Forever. This was aimed towards more kids, because we were given a bunch of bright and flashy colors. We were given Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, and Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and Val Kilmer as Batman, and I know he's not the perfect Batman, like the best one, but to me that the distinction belongs to Ben Affleck of Batman vs. Superman. If you haven't seen it yet, then go see it. I'm still recommending it. The DVD actually comes out tomorrow, actually, yeah. Yeah, it's actually very exciting. But Batman Forever didn't do as good as the '89 Batman either. However, it was safe and marketable just like it. And sure enough, Joel Schumacher was called in to direct the next movie. Which is what I'm going to be talking about today. Batman and Robin. Holy crap, this movie can be described in so many words. In fact, I can describe it in 5 words. The worst superhero movie ever. Okay, yeah, I might be going a little too far, but trust me, this movie is really, really bad. This movie stars George Clooney as Batman, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, Chris O'Donnell as Robin, Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, and Alicia Silverstone as Barbara. So, when you first watch this movie, you'll notice that Batman and Robin are suiting up to go out and fight crime, and it looks pretty exciting. But then you notice that on their costumes, and this is like on every single costume, just about, that every single costume comes complete with bat nipples and bat asses. You know, just to make this marketable for toys. So, but it's overall cool. They're getting suited up, the music is nice, it gets you excited. Until Robin opens his mouth with saying, "I want a car. Chicks dig the car. This is why Superman works alone." If I was Batman, I would have told him, "Shut up, Robin." So then they go to the Gotham Museum to fight Mr. Freeze, who gives his first two ice puns. "Iceman cometh," and "You're not taking me to the cooler." And if you watch this movie and you hear those two ice puns, oh, don't worry, there's only 5,000 more left of them. But Mr. Freeze steals a diamond from the Gotham Museum, and then Batman comes in, and he gives possibly the worst introduction to himself as Batman ever. He says, "Hi, Freeze, I'm Batman." He just says that so casually. It's like he's talking to a neighbor. "Hello, I'm Batman." I mean, you're supposed to be Batman, for crying out loud, not Ned Flanders. So then Robin comes in. Batman and Robin fight off all these zombie hockey players. And they use their bat skates in their shoes for whatever odd reason. And they try to take the diamond back. And while Freeze launches a rocket up in the air to freeze Gotham, Batman and Robin stop him, blowing the rocket up and defying the laws of physics by air surfing on the doors of the rocket. Yeah. The laws of physics are defied a lot in this movie. So, overall, this movie it was very bad at first. And it looked like it was made a lot more for children than Batman Forever was. This movie was so bad that Joel Schumacher himself came out and publicly apologized to everybody. But I can just say this much: all the acting choices for this, I'm sorry, not all the acting choices, all the casting choices for this movie were absolutely awful. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I liked him in the Terminator movies, but here, it seemed to go downhill for him. George Clooney, I also like George Clooney as an actor, but he's not Batman. He's just George Clooney in a mask with bat nipples and a badass. Robin, Chris O'Donnell, all of his lines are just bitching and moaning almost the whole time. Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. She is one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen. I mean, you could tell that she wasn't interested in this movie. I mean, if I was given the chance to play a villain in a Batman movie, I'd be like, damn, yes! And then you got Alicia Silverstone as Barbara, Alfred's niece. Why she wasn't made Commissioner Gordon's daughter, I have no idea. There had to have been a reason. There just had to have been a reason to bring her into this. She was supposed to be Alfred's niece to be coming home from school all the way from England. And you could tell that the British accent really isn't working that great. And plus, Alicia Silverstone isn't that great of an actress either. But what struck me the most was the auction scene. Yes, the infamous auction scene that a lot of people are talking about. When Batman, Robin, and the police tried to lure Mr. Freeze by auctioning off diamonds at another auction where men bid on good-looking women to take out on a date. Then they come across Poison Ivy, who blows a perfume around all the guys, which would make them bow to her every will. And sure enough, they start to bidding on her. Even Batman and Robin. 1 million. 2 million. You don't have it. 3 million. 4 million. A dollar from you. 4 million. 5 million. 6 million. It almost was just like Batman was bidding against himself, pretty much. Because either way, he would pay for it. And then, 7 million. And then, cha-ching! Back credit card! And if you look closely at the back credit card, it's good through forever. And then Freeze comes in, freezes a bunch of people, and then Batman says, "Commissioner, you have 11 minutes to thaw these people out." Well, okay, are you gonna give him one of your laser things? Cause he's a cop, he doesn't have the cool gadgets like you do, Batman. And then Batman and Robin start fighting because Batman caught Mr. Freeze doing whatever he did. And oh jeez. Things just start to go downhill from there. Robin wants to be alone and says, "Oh, I want a Robin signal in the sky. It's my dream." I'm sorry, I just can't take that serious. But the stunts are over the top. It was almost like it was paying homage to the Adam West TV show. No reason. However, the special effects are just as bad. I mean, they're terrible green or blue screen effects. And I don't know, the special effects are terrible either. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired right now. Got up not too long ago and had some breakfast. I'm in a new setting for the t-ema. But overall, it's a dumb movie. I actually would recommend it if you do plan on watching any superhero movies, if you're looking for any ones to laugh at, not as a comedy, but just as like a really bad movie. Well, actually, Batman and Robin could be described as a really bad comedy. But overall, it's dumb. I wouldn't put it in my top 10 least favorite movies, though. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a bad movie. I think all 2 hours of it are completely horrific. But I wouldn't consider it to be the worst one. I mean, I've honestly seen a lot worse than that. And I'm not going to put The Room in there either, because I consider that more of a dark comedy rather than a serious drama. But Batman and Robin is an over-the-top, silly movie with over-the-top stunts, horrific acting, terrible special effects, and a lot of cheap action. However, I kind of thought that some of the costume designs were cool. Like, oh, excuse me. That would have to be the one good thing I find about the movie. Despite the bat nipples and the badasses. Hold on. Despite the bat nipples and the badasses, the costume designs are overall pretty cool, especially Mr. Freeze's costume, which I thought was cool. Poison Ivy's costume was alright. Bane's costume, yes, they have Bane in this movie. I even like it when he says, "Bomb! Bomb! Bomb!" You're right, Bane. This movie is a bomb. But overall, the costume designs are good, even though in the final climax where Batman, Robin, and Batgirl change into these brand spanking new costumes, which we never get to see for some odd reason. And overall, it's just strange. Again, I wouldn't put it in my top 10 least favorite movies, because I've honestly seen a lot worse. I've seen like Dragon Ball Evolution, I've seen Jonah Hex, I've seen the Garbage Pail Kids movie and Food Fight. So, overall, bad movie, but if you wanted to get a laugh out of it, I'd recommend it. So, another thing to bring up, because that about does it for my Shitema for today. You all would know that from my BFG review announcement that I gave after my thoughts on it, that I'm going to be going to a WWE event, which will be tomorrow, actually, which will air on the USA Network at 8 o'clock at night. And it's going to be very exciting. I will not be able to record my reactions to it because of the policy for, like, you know, cameras and such, since I have a camera right here recording me, because I was planning on bringing that to the arena with me, but it won't work. So, overall, I'm not going to be able to take any video, maybe just a little bit, but there will be plenty of pictures, trust me, and I will be sure to make a video of my time there for you guys, because a lot of it will be very exciting, and this is going to be something completely new that I haven't done before. So again, it's WWE SmackDown, premiering tomorrow, live on the USA Network at 8 p.m. It is going to be very exciting. I have a lineup all set. I'll probably do this in another video. But overall, I just wanted to point those things out. And I look forward to making the little video from SmackDown for all of you guys. So, my videos for the summer are starting to wind down a little bit. Well, they're starting to wind down really quickly. So, I'm going to end things right here. And, until next time, see you later, posse.